Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome in BabyHoodMoneyNation.com, your home for everything money law. What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Welcome back to the YouTube channel. And today we have our Week 8 NFL reactions here. I would like to take a note. Happy Halloween to you guys. I know I'm recording this on Tuesday, and it is Halloween, but I did take the day off on Tuesday. That's why I am recording this tonight. I took the day off because I didn't really want to post on Halloween on a holiday, so I took that day off. I normally take days off on Halloween to kind of get my stuff. Everybody takes off on Halloween, so I'm out on holidays, so yeah, that's understandable to you guys. But we are back here. I will be posting this on Wednesday because I am, once again, today's a holiday, so I'm not going to be posting anything today. But anyway, welcome back to another video. We got our Week 8 NFL reactions, and let's go ahead and let's get it going. So, let's go. The first game that we got with the Bills at the Buccaneers. I don't know what to do for this game, man. I guess I'll give the Bills a B, and we'll give Tampa a D. Alright, so starting off with Tampa, I'll give Tampa a C. I'll give them a C. Alright, so starting off with Tampa, I do think they struggled a little bit. I mean, Baker was pretty inconsistent, but he still threw 2 touchdowns. Tampa Bay's rushing was absolutely horrific in this game. Receiving wasn't really that good either. I mean, they did get a little bit careless with the football, but you gotta give them credit to their defense at least. Got two sacks, picked off Josh Allen once. What was it? Was it once? Yeah, picked them off once. They stayed in the game in Buffalo, which is not easy to do. So I'll give the Buccaneers credit to there. They just when they wanted to win the game, they just couldn't get it done. Alright, and then in Buffalo, Josh Allen was really good in this game. 31 for 40, 2 touchdowns and a pick. But rushing, as you can see, not really that good. Besides James Cook, 14 for 67, I guess that's serviceable. But besides that, the rushing was pretty bad. But Josh Allen has 7 takes for 41 yards. That's pretty good for a quarterback. Buffalo's receiving was effective. They had many guys on the board. I don't even know what his name is. Kashara, whatever his name is. I'm sorry if I got that wrong, but he had 6 for 92. Gabe Davis had 9 for 87. Stephon Diggs was kind of quiet normally, that you expect him to do more, but he had 9 for 70. Kincaid had 5 for 65. Like the receivers, they had many of options. That's why that's about I can see Buffalo. And their defense was pretty good. They got 3 sacks. They have 1 forced fumble or something like that. And the kicking got you 6 out of your 24 points. So besides that, not the best performance out of Buffalo, but it was at least good enough for you guys to win the game. Alright, next up we got is the Rams at the Cowboys. By far, this is the Rams' worst performance this year. I'm gonna give the Rams a D, and I'm gonna give the Cowboys an S. I mean, I have to. Just look at this game. This was just a plain and simple ass moment. If you guys just see, now I was getting ready to pick the Rams, but I'm honestly glad that I didn't. Matthew Stafford, he did alright until he got injured. 13 for 22, 162, touchdown and a pick. Byron Rittman, not bad. 5 for 10, 62 yards. Coming in when Matthew Stafford was injured. I hope he's okay because we're gonna need him next week. Rushing, it was good. Freeman had 9 for 44. Henderson Jr. had 12 for 31. That is kind of bad. But anyway, the receiving, Cooper Kupp was silent once again, 4 for 21. We cannot be having that if we're going to win games. Puka was also kind of quiet, 3 for 43. Just look at it. Everybody on the Rams receiving was quiet. They did good, but they were just quiet. And then the Rams defense is the other reason why they are not in the F tier. It's because they did get 2 sacks. Aaron Donald did get 2 sacks. Their defense came out. I like how the Rams defense came out in the first half. It just when the score was 9-3. We just got our asses kicked ever since. Meanwhile, looking at Dallas, this was just a perfect game for them. Prescott 25-31, 4 TDs and a pick. Rushing wasn't really that good, which does take some points down, but it's not enough for them to keep it out of the S tier. How the way they dominated this game. CeeDee Lamb did good, 12 for 156. Brandon Cook. I mean, they had a lot. They had a lot of people active. No forced fumbles, like how the Rams and Dallas both didn't turn over the football on fumbles. And then just look at Dallas's defense. I mean, they did everything they needed to do to win the game. Everything. This was just a perfect game for Dallas. I mean, it really was. I'll give you guys the next two. All right, next up we have the Vikings and the Packers, and I'm pretty sure I already know where I'm going to put these two teams at. I'm going to put the Vikings, I'm going to give them a B, and I'm going to give the Packers an F. All right, so starting off with the Vikings, not a bad performance out of the Vikings. I like what I saw out of their offense without Justin Jefferson, but the main thing that I will say about the Vikings is they lost Kirk Cousins for the year for the Achilles injury. So I don't know how that's going to work without him. But when he was in the game, he was doing really good. 23 for 31, 274 yards, 2 TDs. Rushing was really bad for Minnesota, as you can see. But the receiving basically took all of that up because they have many guys active for a lot of yards. They turned over the football once, and their defense played way better than I would ever imagine. But not a bad performance that you guys Minnesota. Meanwhile, for the Packers, their offense just looked bad. I mean, their offense did not look good at all in this game. Jordan Love was inconsistent as hell, 24 for 41, a touchdown and a pick. Rushing was terrible for Green Bay. Receiving wasn't really that active. I mean, you do have a lot of people active, but just look, you only got like 2 catches for 28. You got like 3 catches for 33. You're not going to win a lot of games like that. Green Bay turned over the ball way too much. It's like you see, they literally have 5 people that literally fumble the football, but luckily they recovered on their own. And then Green Bay's defense, I mean, it did good for the first half, and then just got smacked in the second half. So yeah, this is just not a good performance out of the Packers. All right, next up we got is the Falcons at the Titans. And listen, this is one of those games. I mean, both teams didn't really perform that bad. We'll give Falcons a B. I'm actually gonna give Tennessee an A this week. This was a game that I knew that Tennessee was gonna win, but I didn't pick them. Like, Tennessee was my early pick, and I probably should have stick with them. I mean, Taylor Heinicke didn't. It was acceptable. 12 for 21, 175 in a pick. Atlanta's rushing. It just wasn't good. But Brian Robinson, 11 for 62. That's bad. Rushing was really productive. Receiving once again, it just feels like everybody's getting a low amount of receptions, but everybody is being active. They did fumble the fall once. And their defense got 2 sacks, a lot of quarterback hits, and I do give a lot of credit to Atlanta's defense. I mean, they kept them in the game. They just lost. No Atlanta interceptions, and your kicker kicked you guys majority of your points. All right, next, so not a bad performance out of Atlanta, though. Not bad. You guys just lost. Meanwhile, looking at Tennessee, Will Levis did really good. He did way better than I expected. 19 for 29 and 4 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, he might be old as hell, but he's still getting the job done. 22 for 101. Receiving, okay, acceptable. Tennessee's fumbles, they did fumble the ball, and their defense just did enough for them to win the game. So overall, I think this is one of the better Tennessee performances I've seen in a long time. All right, next we have the Saints at the Colts, and yeah, this game was really good. Honestly, I would give the Saints an S, and I give the Colts an A. All right, so starting off with New Orleans, they played really good too. Derek Carr, 19 for 29 and 2 touchdowns. Receiving was this is a rushing, not bad. Rushing was really good. Rasheed Shaheed, I don't know what the hell he did, but he definitely welcomed this game. Only 3 receptions for 153 yards and a touchdown. Michael Thomas, 4 for 68. I mean, like I said, a lot of teams, they just have so many players active, and being productive, especially the New Orleans Saints offense. And the Saints offense has looked pretty good these last couple weeks. And then their defense gave up 27 points, but I guess that was enough to win the game. Good, but definitely a really good performance out of the Saints. I like what I saw out of them this week. Meanwhile, looking at the Colts, not a bad performance for you guys either. I actually like you guys' performance too. Gardner Minshew, 2 touchdowns in the pick. Receiving, Jonathan Taylor probably could have done more in this game. 12 for 95. He still is getting underneath his legs, but I still need him to be more productive than that. Zach Moss did 11 for 66, which is serviceable. And in Indiana's receiving, Josh Downs 7 for 72. Pierce 3 for 41. It was acceptable. I expected more out of Michael Pittman, only 8 for 40. But yeah, and then the Colts defense didn't really play good as they did in recent weeks. So I would say that's the only reason why I take you guys out of the S tier. All right, next up we got who we got next. We got the Patriots at the Dolphins. I'm gonna give the Patriots a C. We'll give the Dolphins we'll give them an A. All right, so starting off with the Patriots, Mac Jones, 19 for 29, 2 touchdowns to pick. I was kind of even though the stats didn't really show much, I don't know how New England really generated points in this game. I'll be honest. Maybe their kicker did kick 5 points from them. I'm just wondering where the touchdowns came from New England. You got one from Kendrick Bourne or whatever his name is. Mac Jones must have threw it to 2 touchdowns. He also threw it to Juju Smith-Schuster. Look at that, one for 3 yards and a touchdown. When you see that so often, defense didn't actually play that bad until the second half. And this is not the worst performance of the Patriots. We all expected them to lose, but the fact that they lost by 14 points was not bad. Meanwhile, for Tua, another strong game, 30 for 45, 3 TDs and a pick. Miami's rushing monster was kind of quiet in this game. I really wanted to see him. He was all right, but I just expected more out of him. 13 for 46 and a touchdown. Miami's receiving. Jalen Waddle was pretty good in this game. 7 for 121 to touchdown. Tyreek Hill is Tyreek Hill. And besides them two, the others stepped up. I'll be honest. Tua did fumble the football once, which was kind of stressful to see. And Miami's defense actually played kind of good in this game, which keeps them up in the A tier. So, not a bad game, guys. Not a bad game. All right, next up we have the Jets at the Giants, the Battle of New York. And I'm gonna give this game was honestly pretty bad. We'll go DNF for this one. This review will be pretty quick. Both teams just didn't really do anything. Just look at it. Both teams just struggle, man. They just struggle, just all around. Both teams got really careless with the football. Kicker kicked majority of y'all's points, or half of y'all's points. This game was just a mess. Can we? I'm just gonna move on. I'm not even really gonna talk too much about that game. All right, next up we have the Jaguars at the Steelers. I'm gonna give the Jags a B. It wasn't the best performance out of them, but it was at least acceptable. And then I'll give Pittsburgh a D. All right, so just taking a look at Jacksonville real quick. You could really say I can really talk about both of these two teams at the same time. Both teams played really sloppy in this one. As you can tell, the fumbles, they fumble the ball a lot, which does take some points down. And their defense basically almost did the same thing. Both teams had 3 sacks. Both teams, just look at the defensive stat line. It was almost the same. And then Trevor Lawrence threw an interception. Key threw an interception, and did Kenny Pickett get in this one? Oh yeah, he did, because he went 10 for 16, 73 yards. Not bad. And Adrisky came in 50 for 27, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. I mean, for Steelers for Thursday Night Football, it's gonna be a tough game. They're facing against Tennessee, and yeah, if Mitch Trubisky comes in, who knows? Who knows what they're gonna do? But not a bad performance out of the two, especially Jacksonville. I mean, Steelers were like serviceable, and I guess, but whatever. We're moving on. All right, next we have the Eagles and the Commanders. Eagles S, Commanders A. All right, so just talking about the Eagles real quick. Jalen Hurts was absolutely phenomenal in this game. 29 for 38 and 4 touchdowns. DeAndre Swift 6 for 26 for 57. He really struggled in this one. The brotherly shove, if you guys saw this game, was actually stopped by Washington, so I was actually kind of impressed to see. Anyway, AJ Brown was phenomenal, 8 for 130. They did get a little bit careless with the football once again, both on brotherly shoves, but and the Eagles defense was actually not really productive in this game. That's why Washington did throw up 31 points, but they still have a really good defense in my opinion, and they did just enough to win the game. Moving on, looking at Washington, you have to give them a lot of credit here. Sam Howell, 4 touchdowns in a pick. The rushing was awful, but the receiving definitely made it up. Got a little careless with the football, not too much though. I just like how Washington played this game in general, and their defense didn't actually do that bad. But they gave up 38 points. But if you really look at the stat line, you would think that Washington didn't really perform that bad. So yeah, this was another strong performance out of Washington, and yeah, they kept it. They can never get away with Philadelphia. They will never get blown up by Philadelphia. Next, we have the Texans at the Panthers, and this one will be pretty quick if you're asking me. I think both teams do get a D here. I just didn't really like any team's performance in this one. I mean, this review will be kind of quick too because I really have nothing to say about it. But it's just this game was just a mess. It was just a flat out mess. 15-13. What kind of score is that? I mean, Houston, I expected better out of Houston, but they didn't really show me anything that I could really take them out of the D tier. And the Panthers, I know they just won their first game and give them a lot of credit, but I don't think they performed well in this game either, so I think both teams get these. Alright, next up, we got the Browns at the Seahawks. This game was really good. I'm gonna give both teams. Yeah, we'll give both teams a B here. I mean, this game was just, it was even. This game was just even. I mean, that's all I gotta say. It was even. Rushing was kind of the same. Receiving was kind of the same. Both teams fumbled the football once, and both of their defense did well for enough to both teams to win the game. But the Browns just won the game. I mean, there's really. This one could be a quick one too. Seattle just did enough to win the game. Alright, next up we got the Chiefs at Denver, and I'm going to view the game. Actually, I am going to admit because this game was embarrassing as fuck. Chiefs F, Broncos B tier. Alright, so looking at Kansas City real quick, Patrick Mahomes probably had his worst performance of his career. Rushing was alright. The receiving was pretty bad, honestly. They fumbled the ball like shit, and their defense got their asses kicked. I mean, I wouldn't say that. I mean, they did get 6 sacks, but still, besides that, they didn't really do anything good. Meanwhile, for Denver, Russell Wilson was good, 3 touchdowns with a pick, but besides that, 3 touchdowns. I don't know if he didn't throw a pick. But besides that, there's nothing really too much to say on Denver either. So yeah, for Chiefs fans, this was probably your most embarrassing game I've ever seen of you guys for like the last 3 years or something like that. Next, we have the Ravens at the Cardinals, and I'm gonna give a lot of credit to the Cardinals here. I do think the Ravens did perform at an A tier level, but I'm giving the Cardinals a B as well. I mean, if you just look at this game, Arizona really competed hard. Even though Joshua Dobbs, he went to Minnesota now, but he did throw 2 touchdowns and 2 interceptions in his last game as a Cardinal. Arizona's rushing, not bad. I think they do miss James Conner on that end. Receiving wasn't too bad though, and you guys fumbled the ball once, and your defense did better than I expected. Same, and Baltimore just played a typical Baltimore game. Like not a lot of receiving, not a lot of rushing, but you guys still trying to find a way to throw up 31 points and find ways to get wins. I mean, it's just the Ravens. Next up, we have the Bengals at the 49ers, and this game was really shocking, but I'm glad I picked the Bengals because I took the risk and I got it right. Bengals I'm not even going to give San Francisco a C. We'll give it a D. I mean, I just expected more out of San Francisco. Brock Purdy really struggled in 3 straight weeks. Rushing was not good. Receiving was good. I mean, give credit to George Kittle, 9 for 149. But besides that, their defense wasn't really productive. I thought we were going to be, and I honestly thought this was a risky pick, but I'm glad I got it right. But while looking at Cincinnati, I think they just outworked the Niners the entire game. Joe Burrow, 3 for 3 touchdowns, no picks. Rushing, not bad, serviceable. The receiving, Jamar Chase did really good, 10 for 100. T. Higgins, 5 for 69, acceptable. Defense did more than I thought we were going to do. And your kicker keeps you 7 points. So how about that? But anyway, that was a really good performance out of the Cincinnati Bengals, and they look like themselves again. All right, next we have the Bears at the Chargers. This one will be quick. And actually, I'm not even going to go to the box score of this game because we all know this game was just absolutely shit show. That game was just. I mean, I'm gonna give the Bears a C tier, man. I don't think they performed that bad. I mean, yes, they only scored 13 points, but they only lost by 17 points, and the team just didn't look that bad themselves. All right, the last game of the week was the Raiders at the Lions, and there's really nothing to talk about this. So I'm not even gonna look at the box score. Actually, I will do this, but I'm just gonna do this. Raiders. I mean, they fought well, but their offense just looked terrible in this one. So I do give a lot of credit on the defensive end for the Raiders. So we'll give the Raiders a C. And we'll give the Lions a B. I wasn't really impressed with the Lions' performance. I thought they were going to throw a board in 26 points. I mean, yes, they played good, but I just expected them to play better than what they did. But you know what? You got to get your wins. You got to get away. You got to give them the embarrassing way, the good way, the die way. I mean, whatever way that you got to get your wins, you got to get them. For the Raiders, they just look terrible. I mean, I will give I give credit for the defensive side of things, but besides that, their offense didn't really do good. Jimmy Garoppolo, no touchdowns, interception, and that interception was a really bad pass. Vegas receiving was absolutely horrendous. Rushing was horrendous, and their defense did good. I mean, they got one sack. They forced the Lions a lot of field goals in this game, so we gotta give credit to the Raiders on defensive end. But their offense did nothing, so I guess it's a C tier for them. All right, and that is my week 8 NFL reactions. Make sure you guys do like, smash, do whatever you have to do to support another YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is BB here at SoundOfAnation.com. Peace out. See you guys tomorrow, or I should say later today, with that week 9 NFL pick.